Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Costanza, a podcast about something. I am your host, Joe Costanza.
And Jake from State Farm.
This is episode 49. We're one away from episode 50. So, I'm here as usual with Stefan and Jay Godin. Tasha's on her way. So, yeah.
Hello there. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Happy 4th of July. Let's get
it. And also, Jake, your fan's on, by the way. I could hear it through your headset.
Yeah, I can hear it too.
Is it better?
No.
A bit better,
Now
yeah.
better.
Yeah, see, that's better now.
All right, so we got a pretty good podcast for you guys. So today we're gonna be discussing some mini reviews that Jake and I saw, and also Squid Game wrapped up, and a bunch of other things. We have some news to talk about, like some pretty shocking news actually. I didn't really expect some of these to actually happen, but yeah, we'll get started off. Jake, what do you want to start off with? Do you want to start off with Thunderbolts or Ballerina first?
I guess we can do Thunderbolts. I recently saw that with Joe in the theaters, because I haven't seen it. He said it was that it was gonna be better than I thought, and I went there and I saw it, and I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I was pretty impressed, because considering most of the Marvel movies now are kind of crap a little bit, the more modern ones. Not all of them. I mean, there are like a few good ones, but for the most part, most of the MCU projects have been pretty bad. But this was actually pretty good. It's actually a decent movie. I thought it was entertaining and funny. I did have like a couple gripes with it here and there, but overall I did really enjoy the movie.
Yeah, that's a pretty good review. Who was the highlight for you? Like, who was your favorite character?
Oddly enough, it was actually Sentry, because at first, like, when he just introduced himself as this random guy named Bob, I just thought that was hilarious. And then it turns out he was actually the most important character. And like, oh
yeah,
shit,
it turns out he's the fucking villain in the movie, so...
It turns out he's actually a big deal.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, that ending actually kind of got me a little bit with him.
Oh, yeah, where he's battling the Void.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really good.
and like, it's like him battling his own demons, essentially. But he's not alone this time.
Yeah.
I found it funny that Taskmaster was in all the promotional material for the movie, and then they just get killed, like, so fucking early
I was about
on.
to ask you, what did you think of Taskmaster?
Oh god, that was so... I actually thought that was hilarious for like the wrong reasons. I'm just dying of laughter after they get shot in the head. I'm like, they're not even in the movie.
Yeah, she was a fucking cameo. That's like putting Stan Lee in all the posters.
Because the thing is that I didn't like Taskmaster in Black Widow. I think they really screwed up the character.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Right.
so I wasn't too sad that they were dead. I'm like, she's just dead. I'm actually happy. But I kind of feel like the John Walker Captain America was kind of given too much hate in the film, because like them saying like he killed an innocent man, like he killed a terrorist who murdered his friend. I mean, that's not evil. I would have done the same thing. I mean, it's not all that bad, and they kind of made him out to seem like a pretty horrible guy, despite the fact that compared to all the other ones, I think it was probably like the most good one out of all of them. I mean, like, some of them have done some pretty horrible stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree too.
There's still an echo on your end, Jay.
It's very slight. I can barely hear it, honestly. And plus, it's being covered up by the music, so it's alright.
Alright, okay. Alright, just want to make sure.
So yeah, good review.
So that was one of my gripes with the movie, was regarding him. They kind of brushed him to the side a little bit. Because I mean, honestly, he does have military training. They should kind of listen to him a little bit. But they kind of just made it out to seem like this big piece of shit when he really kind of wasn't. And I don't know. I kind of feel like that's a little messed up what they did.
Yeah. Yeah. I get
Okay.
that. So on to your second review. What'd you think of the latest Jonathan Wickethin film that does not star Jonathan Wickethin as the main character,
Jonathan
Ballerina?
Wicketton. I don't know how you call it Jonathan Wicketton. I actually really liked Ballerina. I didn't want to say it because it was just a spin-off, but Joe said it was really, really good, so I went in, and I was actually really impressed with that movie. I thought it was really action-packed. It was actually... The story was actually better than, you know, like John Wick 3 and stuff, which didn't even have a story. Like, really only the first one did.
Hi, Tasha.
Hi, Tasha.
Hey, Tasha.
Yeah,
Hi,
but I-
Tasha.
Hi.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you. So many eyes.
But I really did like the movie, and I thought it was really entertaining. I'm interested to see if they're gonna do more with the character or with that storyline, or if it's just done, maybe for like John Wick 5 or something. But yeah, I mean, I always love the John Wick movies because they're really entertaining and action packed, and I think it was a really good spin-off. I am slightly confused a little bit about the continuity of like how does it kind of take place in between like 3 and 4, you know. Am I allowed to say spoilers on here, Joe?
It's been out for about a month, so yeah. Spoilers for both Ballerina and Thunderbolts, if you and basically fucking everything if you haven't seen it. So
I was kind of confused how John Wick appeared in the movie when he was supposed to be resting in between 3 and 4, because all the damage that he took from the first 3 movies, which are like back to back, he needed like months to recover from all that, and they're like, okay, you're done resting in John Wick Chapter 4. But this takes place in between, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go out, start, you know, killing people, you know. It didn't really make sense looking at it from that perspective. I was happy he was in the movie, but I'm like, but how does this make sense though?
yeah, it was very like the first scene with him where he's in like that building.
Yeah, because that was fine. That was actually in John Wick 3 that he actually went there, and it would make sense that they crossed paths. But it doesn't make sense that he would appear later on in the movie. I kind of thought that was it. That was his cameo. It doesn't really make sense for him to be there because he didn't do a lot of action really.
What I heard was they originally were gonna have John Wick just show up for that one scene, but this film has gone through several reshoots and rewrites that I think they just decided, you know what, this movie's not going to do well without John Wick, so we're just going to put him in the film for like an action scene or two, which fucked up the continuity because for those who've seen 3 and 4, apparently John Wick has been in hiding for about 6 months, according to John Wick 4.
Yeah, and they said he was resting and healing up.
Yeah, but there's this like random side quest, and how the fuck did Winston not find out about this? That's my question. Like, do you think he just rubbed it off like that? It's just probably a rumor or some shit like that, or like he's like, do you think he would probably be like, what's John doing there?
Like, who else did they send there to kill her? I mean, all the other assassins failed. They would send John Wick, like. And he didn't piece 2 and 2 together, like he didn't hear anything about it at all.
I feel like it would have been cool if they brought in Kane. Like the blind guy from 4. I feel like that would have been a good choice.
That would have been good.
Or somebody other than John Wick, because there are clearly other assassins in this world, and yeah, Wick is the guy, but it just doesn't really fit with how it is.
I kind of agree that people probably wouldn't have watched it without John Wick in it, but I think it was a good enough movie on its own to actually not really need him in the movie at all.
No, it didn't.
And I was happy with the cameo that we got in the beginning to connect the storylines together, but I really did like him in like that final sequence, but it really just didn't make sense, and I hope they kind of explain it maybe later on. They're gonna have to.
and I didn't talk about this in my previous review because I was trying to keep Wick's cameo a secret, but I'm very happy they didn't nerf him at all just to make Eve a better character, because John Wick whooped her fucking ass.
I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, he's the greatest there is. He's supposed to like that.
I mean, he's the Baba
one's supposed to be
Yaga,
able
so
to hate
of
him.
course he's gonna fucking destroy her. So he's been in training for like years, and Eve just got into the game. Like, there's no fucking way. I'm happy they didn't like fucking like pull a Ray on her or anything. Like, it's like
Yeah.
she actually this
I
like I
grabbed
said,
the lightsaber for the first time. I know how to fight now.
it just feels like Black Widow if it was actually good. You know, like I'm not saying it
does
was
feel like that.
I'm not saying it was dog shit. Like, Black Widow was okay, but I feel like there was much more areas in her universe that they could explore, and I feel like that's what they put in this movie. And it has nothing to do with superheroes or anything. It's a fucking action flick.
Yeah, and I liked, like, you know, that moment where, like, you can clearly see that if John Wick wanted it, he could have killed her at any moment. He was just, like, letting her live, like, pretty much just telling her, like, just go, like, just stop all this already.
Right.
Because he kind of knows what, like, revenge gets you. He's kind of experiencing it, like,
Yeah,
they
it's
killed his
similar.
dog, and he's like, you know, just going on like this revenge quest, and he's like, now he's too deep in it, and he knows like that she's gonna go through the same path.
Yeah.
And
It just sorry. Go ahead.
no.
It kind of seems like it's kind of the same thing with Halle Berry's character in the third movie, where like someone shot one of her dogs and she was about to freak out on him, but then John was like, no, don't,
What?
and all that. So it's just like I feel like he in that scenario would 100% do that, because he did that before, because his dog fucking died by like a bunch of mercenaries. But for other people, he would not want them to go through it, basically. So I feel like that's kind of similar to how he did it with Eve. It's like, just don't become this, okay? Just fucking go, just leave, okay?
They weren't mercenaries, but yeah.
Or yeah,
That's
you
very
know what I mean.
That's very traumatizing.
Yeah.
The dog that got shot was alive though, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. No, wait, no, it's still not fine because the dog ended up getting hurt.
Yeah, but the dog ended up getting up and biting the dude's balls off. It's fine.
Oh, okay, good.
I
But
love
yeah.
that you're so calm about that. Like, that's the only thing that I can comment on, and I'm like, oh.
I mean,
It was a cool scene. I remember that scene. It
Yeah.
hurt, but
What
Well,
makes
any-
it
well,
cool?
any-
That is my genuine question.
It's
Well,
John
anybody-
fucking Wick. That's why it's cool.
well, anybody
His
that hurts an
balls off.
animal
So if
obviously
it
deserves
happened from
karma.
like any
so,
other act, you'd hate it, but that
Mhm.
actor specifically, it's fine.
yes.
no, the
No.
Well,
dog
no,
attack I had.
no.
No, it's fine.
It depends on what the person does.
Not really, because apparently whatever it does is cool. Apparently to Joe.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that. Like, if you shoot a dog, you have every right to get your balls bitten off. Like, okay, this is
Yeah.
a fucking movie.
No, it's not the head. No,
Not
I didn't feel
No,
bad for that
no.
guy. I don't feel bad at him at all.
exactly. Joe, that guy didn't have any balls to begin with.
Exactly.
Exactly. So we can't lose a thing.
It's
If
like
you really think about it.
It's like, what's his face from Game of Thrones? I forget his name. Theon or whatever.
But regarding Ballerina, she actually had some pretty clever kills, like putting the grenade in that guy's mouth, duct
Oh my
taping
god,
it.
that grenade scene was so good.
Yeah, like she just duct taped it onto him, pulled the pin, ran, and he just fucking exploded. Like that.
It's so
Like, damn.
good, bro. And then the flamethrower, that whole sequence, that was
Yeah.
amazing.
It was more like a flamethrower gun, because like it would like shoot out and then stop, and you like pull the trigger again and it shoots out. But that was pretty cool, because I think they had that in like John Wick 3 or 4 or something. One of the two movies. I remember. I think I remember them
the
trying to use it on that.
The Dragon's Breath shotgun, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
That's the fourth one.
that's the fourth one. Okay, yeah, because I remember they were trying to shoot it at him, and he was like, yeah. I need to rewatch those movies. I don't remember the full scene, but I just remember like they used that weapon on him.
Yeah.
Mostly he got hit by cars, you know. It's kinda-
Yeah.
it's a running gag. How he just always gets hit by a car.
And he like falls down some stairs and shit like that. It's pretty funny. It goes from like a realistic like action flick to practically he's like almost a fucking superhero, but it's done kind of right. Unlike something else that like I'm gonna deviate from the mini reviews for a bit and talk about something that shocked the ever-loving shit out of me because I did not expect the franchise to go this way. But I have a little bit of Fast and Furious news to talk about. Whoops, forgot to hold on. There we go. So
what movie are they on now? 76.
11. They're on
Wow,
movie,
it's
so
close.
they're on movie 11, but they have not started filming yet. But Vincent Diesel talked about like what to expect from Fast X Part 2. Apparently, it's Part 2 of Fast and Furious 10 because of course it is. Hold on one sec. I'm just checking the thumbnail or checking the notification real quick. All right. But yeah, so he said. Okay, so let me just look and see what he said. So he said he was listening to fans, like fan reactions to the franchise, and he mentioned 3 things that will expect to happen in Fast 11 or Fast X Part 2, whatever you want to call it. So 1 is they're gonna go back to LA. 2, they're gonna deviate from the whole like action flick bullshit and just go back to the racing like they did in the first one. And 3, this is the controversial part and why I have Paul Walker on here. His character's gonna return. So
I've heard about that too.
So-
I believe that it's actually good that they're finally going back to the roots. Thank God, because it was getting way too crazy for its take. It just felt like the Marvel movie franchise that was just up in the air and just completely totally ridiculous. Like there's no way you can do all those crazy stuff with all those souped up cars. I mean, like, you know, going to space or like flying or whatnot, or just like doing like all of these acrobatic stunts with it, like, you know, in the air and all that crazy stuff. I mean, like, yeah, it's great that they're finally like returning back to their roots, like from the first film. This is definitely something that was completely needed.
yeah.
Like, you know, it was getting completely ridiculous, dog. Like, so this is actually great news for people like me, because I actually like the original Fast and Furious films. I think up to like Fast 5 is like where I pretty much stopped, because it's like it was just getting like, you know, way too ridiculous. I did see the latest ones like Fast X and whatnot and F9, but like, you know, it was just the over the top nonsense was like, you know, way too cheesy for its take, and like, yeah, it just completely deviated from what it was coming from, like from the roots. So this is actually great news to see.
Yeah, but I mainly want to talk about like the third thing, Paul Walker returning. First of all, why? I mean,
I don't get
like,
that.
If you've seen Furious 7, like this ending scene, fucking perfect for his character and for Paul Walker in general. Because like, for those who don't know, Paul Walker sadly passed away in a fatal car crash back in 2013, and he was in the middle of filming Furious 7 around the time he eventually passed away. So instead of scrapping the movie, they decided to continue it and basically shoot all the remainder of his scenes, but his brothers will take over the role, but they'll CGI his face and voice onto the brothers to make it look like he was actually there. And the ending, like, y'all know that song, like the "See You Again" by I think it's like Charlie Puth or somebody. It kicked ass.
Yeah,
I think my cousin in high school went to like school with one of his friends, I think. Or one of his family members or something, yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, and then he tragically passed away, and then they should have ended at 7, I'd argue, because it was the perfect fucking ending to the franchise and his character, since he was the lead for like all 7 movies. But
Yeah.
they decided to milk the franchise, and by they I mean Vin Diesel and everybody involved. Like I think The Rock was in it, and John Cena and Jason Momoa and all that shit. They all just came in and they milked it to death, and then now
Kinda not
apparently
surprised.
they're so low on money, and they're really like they're desperate for attention that Vin Diesel decided, you know what, let's bring back Paul Walker's character. Let's bring back Brian. Which, okay, if they're gonna go the route that I want them to go, I'd be okay with it. If they bring in Cody Walker or his other brother, I forget his name, to fill in the role, but no CGI at all, it's just the brother, I'd be okay with that. Because other people can play, like, I'm strongly, like, I'm in the strong belief where any actor could play any role. Like, it doesn't have to be specifically one person. Like, Hugh Jackman, yes, he's amazing as Wolverine. Other people could play as him, and he's not going to be Wolverine forever. And same thing with Heath Ledger's Joker. Eventually, like, they recasted Heath Ledger as well, and then, like, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Eventually, when, like, they reboot the MCU, there's going to be another Iron Man and stuff. Other actors could play different roles. So, if they want to bring back Brian, fine. But have him be as the brother. Don't put, like, fucking Paul Walker's face as CGI and stuff, because one, it looks very ugly if it's rushed, and two, I think it's disrespectful. Because, like, I mean, I'm one of those people that wants Black Panther to get recast, but I don't want it to be Chadwick Boseman's face on someone else's face, because I think that's just disrespectful to the guy, because he's no longer there. He wasn't actually part of the film because he died. So it's the same thing with Paul Walker. Like, I feel like they should bring him, like, if they want to bring back Brian, don't see, like, leave Paul out of this, basically. Just let him rest. He's had his time. It sucks that he died, but just please, for the love of God, do not put in Paul Walker as CGI. Like, it's really stupid.
I think what people are going to do nowadays, unfortunately, is because of like all this AI. I think they're just going to try to use like AI of like people that passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is a shame, and I think they're gonna do it with Bruce Willis as well, because I think they he gave his like consent and permission to do it, because eventually, like, poor dude, man, I like the tragedy of Bruce Willis sucks. Like, with that's another topic for another day, but it's my God, that really sucks that had to happen. But yeah, again, just if they go it the way I want them to go, it'll be fine, but I know they're gonna go the other way. They're just gonna put Paul Walker's face again, which fucking sucks. But anyways, back onto the mini reviews. So Netflix's recent hit show Squid Game just ended. I think, when did it come out? My birthday?
No, June 27.
Okay, so I'll let Tasha and Jay Gooden have the floor for this since they've seen Squid Game. Spoilers
do not
for
know if
Squid
he's here.
Game Season 3. But, yeah, what'd you guys think of it?
I don't know if he's here, and I haven't, like, officially seen all of it. Like, I've seen some clips every now and then, but I don't really have a lot explainable to say. So
Okay.
I'll probably, like, jump in at sometimes. Jay, you've seen it officially. You want to take the floor?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, so this season 3 actually made me cry this time because it was so riveting, so emotional, so somewhat heartbreaking too, but at the same time, it was just amazing. I mean, like, yeah, Gihan, he definitely does it again. I mean, like, you know, him trying to like save people from the games and trying to put like the stop to the madness.
Right.
It definitely shines the light of like, you know, how corrupt like the games actually are. So, but I actually liked it. I liked all the main stories that kind of like intertwines with it. I mean, like, you got like, you know, the mercenary group that's trying to like find the island. You know, they have like their own nuances. The games itself, and even like the insiders were really trying to like stop the games from within, trying to find like their own piece of the puzzle as to what's been going on.
They're trying to
I-
find a bloody island, but they couldn't do it because one of the bloody people was actually working there.
Yeah, we are one of the workers. Yeah, so and even though one of the workers kind of like turned on to like one of the main top people, so like pretty much like put a stop to it. I would say that like this is definitely something to go check out. This is it definitely made Squid Game one of the best shows of this decade in my opinion. So it was kind of.
That is quite the opinion because everybody else has said like this season was a letdown.
So it definitely was a letdown for me. Like I would probably say like probably the bad thing about it is just like how many like characters that like we grew up with season 1, season 2.
There's a
Oh,
lot, yeah.
well,
Like even though there's a main and there's like a bunch of them that could have made a happy ending in that, and some that are a lot of fan favorites.
Yeah.
They don't make it.
Yeah, they don't make it out alive. Especially like for like episode 2 and episode 3. I mean, like, jeez. It recently came out, so I'm not gonna like really spoil anything. But I would say like be prepared to see like some of the people that you were rooting for kind of
Yeah,
get
a lot of people that you wanted to win, just be prepared that they don't go where you want them to go, and they might not even end the way that you expected either.
Yeah, for sure. So, but I just
Like
want to.
overall, even if it genuinely is a 50-50, like a type of season, the actual series itself is probably something I would say give it a shot. Even if some episodes don't like hit as much as others, there are some stuff that you do have to like actually watch to understand and see.
Right, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, you definitely want to go check out on 1 and 2 in order to like get like the full feeling effect of what
Well, that's what everyone's saying apparently. 1 was absolutely amazing. 2, actually no, I think 2 is like the one that everybody loves. 1 is like a good middle, and then 3 is like where it falls.
I did hear that 1 was the best season, like, because I remember that was hot shit back in like 21 or whenever it came out. Like everyone was talking about it. So
Everybody was talking about it. People at school were. A lot of groups.
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
do
people on
remember
here
that.
as well. Like even I was late to the whole thing of Squid Game. I never watched the official series. It's always clips or other means, but I do understand why everybody gets like excited about it and why they like the series. It genuinely is just a person, like a main character trying to go through the games. They win. They want to stop him, but just like everything in life, you can't. Things just kind of happen. And even if it's like also giving another story as well, or another motto where it's like, you might think that you know somebody or you know someone's intentions, but they can literally switch in like a second. And that does tend to happen in this series. Especially when money's involved. A lot of people just kind of throw humanity out the way if there's money involved.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
oh, yeah.
accurate. That's fucking accurate.
Oh yeah. You definitely see the corruption this time around.
You'd
I mean,
be
like,
surprised on how many people like and what people throw away for money. Like you would be very surprised.
Yeah. So,
You would be surprised. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, almost to the point where it's like, you feel like, dang, I mean, like, they were pretty bad. I mean, like, all the players were pretty bad, like, in order to get into, like, that much of debt, like, billions of dollars.
Absolutely, yeah. They didn't have a very good backstory, but some of them did have some good intentions, and then it's either at some point or throughout the entire thing, some just think, ooh, big stash of money could save my life. I'm just gonna push and kill everybody out my way.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Basically.
That corruption, like, was running rampant, like, crazy. Jeez, I mean, like, they will do anything just to go kill this group of people, just to go split the cash.
Even if they don't need to. Like, again, I don't know if this is spoiler-wise, but there is one game involved where you're only supposed to kill one person or survive. Some people are just like, well, we can take out many people or more people if we just get more than one person. Like, we're allowed to be safe if we kill one. But if we kill more of them, then there's a bigger chance for more money. And that's what gets in their head. It's like, there's a better chance of money, so I can just kill off everybody.
Yep, for real.
They
Yeah.
don't even care about being safe. They just want a faster shot at the money.
Mm.
Yeah,
So,
basically.
and funny thing about that, crazy thing about this too, is that like it goes even deeper than that because they're even willing to go put like like humans on the line, people who don't even doesn't necessarily deserve to even go die. They're willing to like just like get rid of them and just for like their own monetary gain. I mean, like it is absolutely bonkers.
I
how
mean, yeah, some of the backstories are just these people are trying to get away from the harsh life, and they have
Right.
a chance to, live life and go through these games and potentially get money. But again, some people don't even care about that. Like, there's
Right.
different reasons of being there, but at the end of the day, everyone's going there for money except for one who doesn't even make it out.
Yeah.
Is he the only one that doesn't make it out? Like out of like that particular game?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say without spoiling. If we're not
Yeah,
spoiling, I can't say.
Yeah, that's kind of going to spoiler territory. Yeah, that we're
Uh.
gonna leave it at the point where we're just gonna leave it at like like many of the people that you're rooting for, and even like main characters that you saw as main characters, like yeah, they pretty much either get what they deserve or they don't deserve it, but something horrendously happens to them.
Something horrendously happens. It's always the people that you root for that get out the most like ruthless way.
Yeah.
True.
I think it's better to leave it at that.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say it's okay if you spoiled it because no one's currently watching right now, but honestly, I think it's better safe than sorry.
Well, it's only been
so,
out
yeah.
for a little bit. I mean, has it been out for like a week?
I don't even think it's been out for a week. I think it's actually been a week today.
No.
Today it's been a week. Yeah, so I would say definitely give it a try. It might not be something that you're like 100% hitting every single time, but there are some good parts to the story. There are some really good episodes. There's a lot of obviously action, a lot of killing off. The songs will be in your head for multiple days, maybe even like months, because I don't know, they're just that good.
Oh god.
Yeah, for real.
I
You
don't know
might
if
not
that's good or
understand them,
bad.
but you'll hear them. I mean, it's kind of like a 50-50 because technically these songs are supposed to be innocent as hell because they're sung as a kid, but then they come back literally to haunt you because you're reminded about the games and or the way that a person was killed off.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna be very vague. I'm gonna say one thing that was like super important. I think this is from season 2, but it does carry on into season 3 as like as an ongoing factor to player 4, 5, 6. If you did watch season 2, I mean it's pretty much been out. I think it's safe for me to say.
Season 2 is fine. You could spoil the heck out of that.
Yeah, when they tried to pretty much turn against the workers by like planning like some
Rebellion.
some rebellion mercenary mission where they were almost successful in doing so. Even though like certain characters were killed in a process.
Oh,
Like
that
they,
was the cliffhanger, yeah, because 456 lost his best friend.
Yeah. So like they almost got away with that, and like the fact that they almost made it upstairs to like the main room. So and the fact that like they just slipped away from the chances of actually like
It was so close. So many people could have been safe, but no.
Yeah. So that carries on from like episode 1 of season 3 as to why 4, 5, 6 is like quote unquote on a leash, and that's all I'm saying. Yeah.
He literally goes up and is like, he goes up to the soldiers and like, why did you keep me alive? Shit like that. And
Right.
it's fucking insane.
It is insane. Right.
It's legit an adult telling someone like, why'd you keep me alive? Fucking shoot me. And I'm just sitting here like, damn, that is some way to start an episode. They showed that in a trailer, so it's not spoiler, and that's in a trailer, so that's why I talked about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Also, this is a little bit off topic, but do you know how many views Squid Game Season 3 has right now? Like, is it blowing up like the first one was?
You want me to look? Because I don't know. I can
I can actually look.
Okay. I'm actually surprised people are saying that like it was a letdown. I don't really think so. I think it was like a perfect way how to end it.
So it says Squid Game season 3 had an incredible 60 million views in its debut week, meaning that it earned
the second most views for a show. And the second one is only to the season 2, which was 68 million views in the first week. Wow.
Do you think Stranger Things 5 is going to top both of their views?
Yes.
I think so.
Because I think so too. Because there's absolute like it could be debatable whether you like Stranger Things season 5 or Stranger Things as a whole or Squid Game more. But I think considering that Stranger Things is literally Netflix's baby, I think it's gonna kick ass.
Oh, absolutely. The only reason why Squid Game right now is getting as many views is because Nintendo is like, not Nintendo. Netflix is giving the crap out of it. Literally, like, there's clips, there's videos, there's everything. Even if you're not watching the seasons, Netflix is still like, well, this is our, like, spotlight kid right now. But as you say, Stranger Things could be the one that's in the back that's just waiting for its time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Squid Game was definitely advertised the hell out of.
I still get clips, and it's just like behind the scenes. It's the cast doing stuff, and I'm like, that's cool, but I want something a bit better, you know?
Oh, you're talking about Stranger Things?
No,
Oh, you're Squid Game?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm talking about anything. I mean, as I say, most of the time, like, this isn't even something that I would be begging myself to watch. I'm usually just there to understand and keep an eye on, like, how it is. Because it's not bad, it's not good, it's just kind of in the middle. But everybody's going to talk about it, so I might as well just get in with the hype. But if I'm talking about something that could overthrow it, then yeah, I definitely want something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Mario just pops out of the pipe and goes, whoa! Let's play red light, green light.
Oh god.
That'll
That's
do
just
it.
Mario.
Yeah, Mario Kart is red light, green light.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Mario just having a bunch of random games that could kill you, that's just Mario Party.
That's just Mario Party.
Oh, yeah,
Boulder
you're
ball. Can you get up to the top of the mountain before I crush you with a boulder? 3, 2, 1, go!
I love that you just referenced one of the best ones. Good on
They
you.
should have did that for the finale of Squid Games. They just have like a real life Mario Party.
It kind of is in a
I mean,
way.
technically they are.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Like they have mini games. Then they've got the actual like lobby section itself. Yeah.
Did they do any racing like Mario Kart type of stuff?
I guess red light, green light's racing, and so is hide and seek.
Yeah, you can say. I wouldn't necessarily say racing. I would probably say like get to the checkpoint as fast as possible.
Checkpoint as fast as you can. Yeah, that would be red light, green light, jump rope, hide and seek.
What was the challenge where they had to spin, and there was a certain number
Mingle.
of people you can have in a room?
Mingle, the most popular game.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about Mingle. The songs in everybody's heads.
Really? I thought it was red light, green light that was a popular one.
No, Mingle's 100% more popular.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, red light, green light is probably like a close second.
The only reason why red, white, green light might be popular is because it was in both seasons, but they kept it normal because obviously in the story, they wanted to keep it normal because it was like new players and one existing player, so they kept that just to kind of throw 4, 5, 6 off because obviously before we know that in season 2, he was telling the other players like, oh, it's going to be Dalgona the next game, but then it was the pentathlon, so... I mean, that would technically be a race as well. The 6-player pentathlon's a race. You do 5 mini-games.
So, did everyone from the previous seasons die?
Yes.
Pretty much, I mean,
okay.
that like, I would say watch season 3. Like, we can't really tell you who dies, but like, yeah.
I can't say specifically who dies, but like Jay said, all the people that you were rooting for or that were left from season 2, they're not there around the end of season 3.
Oh, okay.
So, moving on from that, because we do have a little bit more to talk about. No. You're good. It was good to know about. So I'm gonna go to a little bit of some Marvel news that is honestly pretty exciting. So last week or like a couple weeks ago, I was discussing a rumor about the Punisher showing up in Spider-Man Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's officially confirmed now.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
So, yeah, 2026 is looking like the year of the Punisher because he's going to appear in Daredevil Born Again Season 2, he's going to have his own special presentation, and he'll be in Spider-Man. But...
Oh, for real? Oh,
yeah.
All over the place.
nice.
So... there is a little bit of a price that we have. Because he's appearing in Spider-Man Brand New Day, he's going to be less violent.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Why?
sense.
Because...
well, Spider-Man, the rating. It's the rating and the fact that they can't make, like... Punisher can't be too gritty in a Spider-Man movie because it could, like, deteriorate from, like, and all that stuff. And because of rating,
Okay.
I think they'll probably at best go PG-13, maybe.
No, they're definitely going to go PG-13. Like, I think, honestly, it's going to be like a... kind of like Multiverse of Madness, sort of, because they kind of crossed the line a little bit because, like, fucking Black Bolt's head literally popped. And, like, fucking Mr. Fantastic turned into fucking spaghetti. Like, I feel like they're going to go that route with Punisher, not turning him into spaghetti, but, like, there will be blood. It's just not going to be as gory as in, like, the fucking Daredevil show or his own show. I just think it's going to be, like, simple, like, snipes to the head, just a quick, like shot of blood, and that's about it. Like, I think that's the most they'll do in that.
Yeah, they have to play it safe because, like, he's going into, like, he's meeting up with Spidey and whatnot. I mean, like, you don't want a rated R Spider-Man. I mean, that would be...
That'll be fucking nuts.
That would be nuts. I kind of would be on board with that, but I get it. The director's not gonna. They're not gonna do that.
I feel like they legally can't do that because of Sony's policy. Because Sony still owns the rights to Spider-Man. So, like, one of their required things is they have to have an established Marvel character in the movies. Because, like, if you noticed a pattern between the 3 Spider-Man movies that came out, Iron Man was in the first one, Nick Fury was in the second one, and Doctor Strange was in the third one. So, honestly, I think it's probably the Hulk.
Why is that a rule?
I don't know. It's just Sony's rule.
It's Sony being
Just to make it connected. I have no idea, but
we already know it's connected.
So
we don't need it for each movie.
I'm not sure. Like, Sony's an idiot, but I think because I wouldn't really call Punisher an establishing... Well, actually, yeah, he is. But I would consider the Hulk more because he was more connected to the MCU than the Punisher was. Because Punisher was more of, like... Obviously it is, and it kind of always has been, but for, like, continuity's sake, it's like a... Is it not? But for Hulk, he's been there since before the recast, so... I feel like that's the establishing character, and Punisher is just there to fill in the street-level vibes. But we don't know why he's there. We don't know why they're fighting against the Hulk, which is practically confirmed. They're going to be fighting a Savage Hulk in the film. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. If Bernthal's okay with toning it down for 1 out of the 3 projects he's doing, then I'm cool with that too. He's getting more shit, which is great.
Yeah, well, we also forget that, like, Daredevil, at least Matt Murdock was also in the Spider-Man films too. So, like, the fact that
but
that's
that was a cameo.
That was a cameo, but it still kind of connects to the other Marvel Street level heroes, which I kind of like.
That is true. But I mean, who knows? Daredevil might show up in this too. I haven't heard anything, but that'd be awesome if he was next up.
I'm like looking forward to like Spider-Man and Punisher to kind of have like a conversation similar to that of Punisher and Daredevil.
Dude,
about,
imagine
like,
if we had a rooftop scene.
Because like Spider-Man telling him like you can't go around killing people, and he's like you can mention kind of Daredevil. It's like you remind me of someone else I know.
Yeah.
Another thing
too
is
a playground.
Yeah, another thing. I think that Sony still has like the rights to like how they control the Spider-Man character. So that's probably as to why where all those rules are coming from. That's why Spider-Man has to like can only do this and only do that, or characters around Spider-Man can only do this and only do that. It's like some type of restricted control with the character. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might be it for Spider-Man for now, for at least this week. But this is
Oh
kind
my
of
gosh.
the main topic we're talking about right now. So like this was the first up in the thumbnail. The Batman 2 finally has a script that's done.
no, it's not.
Really?
What?
So like it took about as long as Stranger Things because we have not heard anything since the first Batman film that came out all the way in 22. We knew there was a sequel coming. We have an idea of what the villain or villains could possibly be. It's rumored to be Mr. Freeze or Clayface or both.
Oh, good. Oh, Clayface. I haven't seen him shown in like any of the movies and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be interesting.
But yeah, so all it was shown was that Matt Reeves, the director of the Batman, said like, yeah, script is done. So we finally have some news about the Batman. So that's great to hear. And I still have not watched the Penguin show, but I definitely want to. But I just wish it good luck. And this is the only DC project I'm seeing since I'm practically fucking done with DC. But yeah,
Because the Batman, the first one had the Riddler in there, and I think originally they had like a deleted scene where they had the Joker in the movie.
no, the Joker was in the movie.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Well,
he was at
yeah.
the end. It was just an
He
extended
was at the
scene
end.
in like the deleted scene. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I don't think you saw him actually, like in the actual.
We
movie.
saw like
I
a
think you
little he was blurry,
just-
but we kind
Yeah,
of
like you just heard his voice, really.
yeah. We knew it
Yeah,
was
you
him,
saw
but
like a you saw like a not like a silhouette, but like you saw like behind like his prison cell, like kind of like his face or whatnot. But like I think you heard him talk to and all that stuff. So yeah.
yeah, because he was talking
Well-
to the Riddler at the end when he got captured.
Yeah.
Well, those two villains seem more like the realistic villains, like crazy people that could actually exist. While Mr. Freeze and Clayface seem a little bit more like fictional, like a guy made out of clay, a guy who's like a walking ice cube, pretty much. Just like inside, like,
Imagine if it was Arnold again.
making dumb jokes, like, you know who killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age, like stuff like that.
ice cream?
But
kick
I
some
feel I feel like adding them into there will kind of like, you know, make it a little bit more like fantastical, you know, because
guess.
those aren't really like down to earth villains. Like the Riddler kind of felt like he could be like a real guy that could exist, and Joker as well. They even in like the Dark Knight trilogy, they really didn't have much like unrealistic characters like that. Like Bane was not this guy on roids; he was just some guy who was muscular, stuff like that. So I think this is kind of like the first Batman movie in a long time that's really going to actually bring back some of those more like fantastical characters.
I mean, to be fair. Oh wait, you were talking, yeah, the fantastical stuff. Yeah, I mean, maybe they could do it. I could see them pulling a realistic approach for Mr. Freeze. I feel like they could pull that off because, like, I think.
But then again, that like the problem with that is like how much you want to deviate from the comics, because the Riddler looked nothing like the Riddler.
that didn't stop them before, and both the Dark Knight trilogy and the Batman have done very well, and they've deviated from the comics, so that it could possibly happen. I also
Yeah, I
heard
guess it could.
I also heard Robin might show up in this film. I don't know how true that is, but I feel like they should save Robin for Batman 3. Just to have a little more time with Batman solo, because Catwoman kind of was like the partner in crime in the first one, so I feel like Batman should go solo for this and then bring in the Boy Wonder. So, I mean, I know that they're slowly bringing back Robin after the fucking failure that was Batman and Robin, and they have not put him in a fucking movie since. But since they're probably bringing him back, I feel like they should save him for movie 3 instead of movie 2. So like, I have no idea if he's even gonna show up. That's just a rumor. But if they are, I'd say save him for the next one. But as far as the Batman 2 goes, I'm excited for it. I wish them good luck. Whoever the villain is, whether it's Mr. Schwarzenegger, like Mr. Arnold, or Clayface or whatever, I wish him good luck. But moving on to arguably the most mind-blowing topic, Michael Bay is back, and he's directing another Transformers movie.
Really?
Another one? Are you serious?
Another
Yep.
one?
Never gonna end. Really?
After a 8 year long hiatus, Michael Bay is officially back onto Transformers.
Did he make the? I know he made the first 3 movies. Did he make 4 and 5?
He made 4 and 5, yes. The last
Okay,
one
yeah,
was
those
The
ones-
Last Night, so.
Okay, and those ones are really only the first one was like the really, really good one that he made.
Oh, I fucking love the first movie, and I will die on that hill. It is so good. Like, I
The
just,
one-
But after that, like it was kind of.
yeah, the first Michael Bay movie, I fucking love. I like that, like, if not top 5, top 10 without a doubt of my favorite movies of all time. Absolutely. I'm not even kidding about that. It is so good. The second one, third one pissed me off because they killed off Ironhide. Fourth and fifth were dog shit. And then they,
Oh god, I hate the 4th and 5th. I have memories of watching those in the theaters, and they are not good memories. Those are, and I gave the 5th one a chance. I'm like, the 4th one was like just ass. You guys better do better with this movie, and they did not. They made it even worse somehow. I don't know how they managed to pull that off. But they made it even worse.
oh my god, yeah, dude, it was so bad. Like, we didn't even get a proper Megatron versus Optimus fight. He just kicked him out of a fucking window and he died.
Remember when Bumblebee like one shot what's his name? It started with a B.
Barricade?
Yeah, Barricade or something like that. Like wasn't he in like the first Transformers? We barely saw a fight, and then they were hyping him up in like all the trailers, and then Bumblebee just shoots him once, and then it's like, yeah, that's it. He's out of the movie.
They brought him back
They-
just to like. They pulled
They-
like
they
a
brought him
Snoke.
back.
It was or Boba Fett. It was terrible.
Yeah. They literally like were hyping him up, and they're like, yeah, no, he just kills him one hit. Yeah, let's continue on. I'm like, what the hell?
God, that was so bad, and like I don't even know if that's if. Okay, if Michael Bay.
You know what that's like? That's like if in Avengers Endgame, Thor finally got his rematch with Thanos, and his rematch was chopping off his head, and then no other fight after that. That's what that's like. That's his rematch.
Isn't that
That's-
what technically happened though?
Well, no, he fought him later on in that final battle. He had his moment with him.
I guess that's equivalent to, like, are you saying like Thanos won't show up again, basically?
Yeah, like he chopped off his head,
Yeah,
and
that
was
makes
it.
sense. But I feel
Oh
like
my God.
Barricade's a side villain, so I feel like that would make more sense if it was like.
I know, but they really hyped him up. Like they really did.
Oh,
I
that's
remember
fair, yeah.
around that time. God, those movies, I want to forget.
I maybe who knows? Maybe that 8-year hiatus from Transformers would help, but I feel like I think the Transformers universe is dying because the animated one, Transformers 1, I fucking love that movie too. It's not getting a sequel because it bombed horribly in the box office, and I don't know the status of the reboot because we've only had 2 movies. We had the Bumblebee movie, and then we had Rise of the Beast, which Rise of the Beast was like the core definition of mid, and Bumblebee actually was pretty good. But I have no idea the status of that because I heard they're doing like a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover or whatever the fuck. Like I don't even know what the fuck is going on with Transformers anymore. But if Bay is returning, please, for the love of God, be good. Like I cannot take another shitty Transformers movie because nothing's topped the first movie since. I hope that the 8-year hiatus was worth it. And Bay, please, like, just between you and me, I know you're not watching this. Bring back Ironhide, Jazz, and Ratchet, and we're good. Please.
That's all we need.
He's not gonna do that, Joe.
I know he's not gonna fucking do it, but please, as a fan of the first movie, fucking please. I know you're gonna bring back Shia LaBeouf, so
Do
bring
it.
back those other
Just
fuckers,
do it.
please.
Yo, in all honesty,
You broke my
That
8-year-old
someone's
heart
not
when you
gonna do
killed
it
off
and he's still
Ironhide.
asking.
You
in
fucking
all honesty-
melted that poor man.
in all honesty, we're gonna get GTA 6 before we get that.
Yeah, we are.
We're
Yeah,
gonna get
that
Diddy
sounds
Kong and Mario
right.
Kart World before that, but yeah, I know.
Oh, you
think-
can't let it go, guys. Oh.
But I mean, I know
Justice for Diddy Kong.
exactly. I know that
Still waiting.
I know that Jazz and Ironhide and Ratchet are not returning, but I fucking hope they are, because I think I can speak for a lot of fans when they say when I say that those are fan favorite characters for sure. I think that they along with Optimus and Bumblebee carried the movies that they were in. It was great, and Jazz died in the first movie, so like any scene with him was golden. So please bring those guys back. They are so shit. I hit my microphone. Please bring those guys back.
What was
They're
that, Joe?
so
What did
much
you
fun.
Wait. Your microphone? Your
Yeah, he says
your
that.
microphone.
Ignore that. But
He
Jake,
says it all the time.
Jake and Jay, what do you think of this? Do you think
Did
this
you
movie
name
had
your
potential?
microphone?
No.
I mean, like, I don't really feel. I mean, I feel where you come from with the first Transformers film from back in like
Eh.
definitely God tier. I liked it. I mean,
You're cutting out like crazy.
Yeah.
you hear me now?
Like, I like missed
bit,
that
just try and
like
keep
entire
talking.
sentence.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the one with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox's first one, that was pretty classic. I like that one too. I like the Transformers one movie a whole lot more. I mean, that just hit home with me. That was so fantastic. It was great.
Yeah, no, I get that too, because that leans more into the original show.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, we just gotta go see. This time around, it's kind of more of a wait and see for me. I'm not really I'm not really a fan of like most of the Transformers films, except for I guess the first one and the second one. The Last Night kind of sucked for me. I didn't really like that one. I didn't like I liked the one with that had the Beast Wars, the Dinobots and whatnot.
Rise of the Beast.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Rise of the Beast was cool for me. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that one. Yeah,
I can-
it's not a perfect film. I get it, but I like that. It was kind of cool to watch. But let's just see what happens with Michael Bay. For me, it's kind of more of a wait and see. To see where he's gonna go cook up this time around. But I know for a fact we're gonna go see a whole lot more explosions than ever before.
Oh my god, that's gonna be
Yeah,
horrible.
You can count on that.
Even when I told my mom about oh, Michael Bay's returning, she's like, so we're expecting more explosions. So,
She actually said that?
Yeah, she did. I don't. You didn't hear that?
No.
You were like, no.
I
But-
think you were supposed to.
I think I was only half listening.
You probably were, because you do all the time. But yeah,
I
What
know
did you
how
say,
that
Joe?
is.
I'm kidding. God damn it, fuck you. But what was I gonna say? God damn it, that joke distracted me.
We did it. He doesn't know what he's saying now, guys. Yay.
Oh yeah, yeah. So even my mom knows that Michael Bay gets ridiculous with the explosions and the American flags too. So it's fitting that we're talking about this on the 4th of July.
What?
So
And he also has like the worst love stories in all of his movies.
What?
yeah. Oh god, they're fucking awful.
They are
Wait,
awful.
Jake, I can attest that WWE has had the worst love stories. Trust me,
They have
believe me.
fucking love stories?
What?
Yes.
What?
This is the first time I'm hearing about this. What the fuck?
Joe, can you just imagine he's like, I love you, man, as he curb stomps him?
I wish that would happen, but unfortunately that hasn't happened yet. The love stories are extremely weird in WWE, especially the ones from back in the day, the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era, because it was a different time period back then. They were able to get away with so much disgusting and illegal things. Well, obviously they didn't do illegal things, but they had scenes where the characters acted out illegal things.
Oh, that's
Oh
not
my
the same.
Like, I could just imagine, like, fucking Dwayne or whoever is going up to fucking, like, like, one of the WWE girls, and is like, just know, I've always loved you, and then crushes her fucking skull.
He does, that's what he
A
does
confession
do.
before a break, just boom.
Just like suplex.
That's what he does do. That's what the Rock.
I'm
that's
sorry,
what the Rock always
sweetie,
did.
but you overcooked the chicken.
Oh my god.
Like, in all seriousness, there was a love story.
God.
There was a love story where. So, yeah. So let me explain one of the love stories that won't get us taken off of YouTube.
Some that
So,
would get us taken off YouTube.
Dude, if
I'm
my
going to send
comments
Joe,
are...
after this podcast ends, I'm going to send Joe a text message of all the love stories that have taken place.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
From least
Joe.
crazy to craziest love story. So, one love story that happened was between two pro wrestlers, between Edge and Matt Hardy, that happened in real life, where Matt Hardy, long story short, Matt Hardy was dating this female pro wrestler named Lita, and I guess Matt Hardy got injured, and as he was wrestling at home, being injured, Lita fell in love with this other wrestler named Edge, and so
What?
Lita cheated on Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy eventually came back to pro wrestling, and they just turned that whole real life feud into a pro wrestling storyline. So you can imagine how that went.
That must have been awkward as hell.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, it
God.
was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, good. Do you remember that storyline at all? Do you remember any of the love storylines from back in the day? Oh, he's not here. Okay.
Yeah, like that. But I can't even remember half the fucking love stories in Transformers. Like, all I remember is the first movie. Like, what happened in the other ones?
Nothing. You don't need to know.
I do remember he had like there was a huge controversy of him like sexualizing all the main leads. Like Megan Fox was eye candy in the first movie, and
That sounds
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Michael Bay does that all the time.
so
He
I
did
feel
that all the time with those movies. He's terrible at it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I feel like this is either gonna be like it's the same old, like we're like here we go again sort of fucking movie, or it's gonna be Michael Bay's redemption and he's gonna quote make Transformers great again. Like that's gonna be
Okay.
like it's gonna be one of those two. If it's like straight mid, I'll be surprised.
Here's his plan. He's probably gonna have even bigger explosions. He's like, this time we're gonna take a page out of Oppenheimer's book and big nuclear bomb.
We're gonna take a page out of Oppenheimer's book and blow up the whole world.
It's like this would get the audience back. And the best part is, it'll be a practical effect.
Oh my god. Plot twist, Godzilla shows up. I feel like that would fucking happen. Like he would bring in his own fucking Godzilla and he'll just go up against Prime and just destroy him. Just
That's
explosions
probably
everywhere.
actually something that he might consider. That's
I would not be surprised if that was a storyline he wanted. Like just the Autobots going up against Godzilla and they just fucking destroy him somehow. I would not be surprised at all if he came up with that. Or like a big kaiju monster.
he's crazy enough to do that shit.
Oh, he definitely would. But Yeah, like I don't even know. Like all we know is that Bay's returning. We don't know anything beyond that. Anything that we've discussed is just speculation. However, it's really funny to think that like it would just either be the same old bullshit he does, or he's somehow gonna just like completely wipe the floor with all of the like even the first movie, and just like make it like the best Transformers movie. I doubt it, but that'd be pretty fucking funny if he did that. But yeah, I guess unless y'all want to talk about anything else, I think that might be it.
Right. I'm going to get going, guys. Have a happy 4th of July.
You too, man. Thanks for stopping by.
All right,
Hey,
later.
See ya. Oh, we didn't hear that.
It's all
You
good.
probably did. I think that's about all that we can cover.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
All right.
I
So
don't think of anything. Just happy 4th of July, even though I'm in the UK.
yeah, I agree. Happy 4th. So as
Happy
far
4th.
Happy Independence Day.
as yep.
Yeah, that's
so-
what it is.
as far as some other stuff goes, I am almost near the end of break, and I'm gonna be coming up with a new schedule. There will be a Golden Pipe Gang episode tomorrow night. I don't know the time yet. Well, I'll discuss it with my group once I have the chance to. But
We'll
it will
figure
be.
it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So that'll be tomorrow night. Since I've done the podcast already, don't expect another one until next week sometime. I don't know. But episode 50 is the big one. So I think it's pretty safe to say that we're going to be ranking all the Mario Karts. So, like, just to kind of throw back to episode 10, it'll be much shorter than episode 10, trust me. But we'll rank all the
Definitely.
Mario Kart games from the original to Mario Kart World, and then we'll discuss it all, discuss where we're going to put it on the tier list. And
Has anyone
yeah, we'll go
here
from there.
played the original?
I played like a,
Yeah,
like
I played
a
the original.
glimpse of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, huh.
Yeah, so
I've never played it actually.
I feel like my whole everybody in here is just gonna have something to say about a Mario Kart, especially some of the modern ones because those are like popular. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm looking
I
at
played
you.
pretty much all of them too. Yeah. Even Super Mario Kart for Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I've
So
played I've played basically all of them except the advanced one.
yeah.
There's a Super Circuit. Yeah, Super Circuit is pretty much like Mario 64, just in GBA form with different.
We'll discuss that when we
so
get
no,
to
I'm
it.
not
So
really missing much then.
it's sometime next week. I just don't know when. But just keep your eyes open, the bell's on, and we'll
Yeah,
see
very,
what
very
happens.
busy.
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very busy.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Well, I'm gonna go now. Okay.
Have a good one, dude. Thank you for being here.
See you guys.
See ya.
Rattle,
Bye.
later.
But yeah, so Pod 50 is next week, sometime. I have
Awesome.
no idea. However, as far as other things go, I will try and get another schedule up for myself because I'm gonna bring in Repo and Lethal Company. I will bring in Marvel Rivals and Helldivers, and I'll bring back Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with viewers and Mario Party with viewers. I'll combine those two. So I'll think of some way to do it, whether it's late at night or it's probably not going to be early in the morning, but like if there's any time in between some stuff, I'll just let y'all know. But the Golden Pipe Gang, we're going to try and crank them out the best we can until the 22nd because unfortunately one of our teammates is like one of our co-hosts is in fact below the standards of YouTube's policies. Let me just put it that way. So we're gonna have to crank them all out until the 22nd. So just expect to see a lot of Mario Party 3 on the channel for the next like 2 weeks. So
Get ready for a fucking marathon of Mario Party 3.
exactly, which
What's
I
that?
do not mind because that game is fucking awesome. But
I don't mind it. It's just gonna be very like energy consuming.
oh yeah, for sure. And I'm yeah, so schedule will come up soon. If you're in my Discord, keep an eye out. I'll come up with a full schedule as soon as I can. The podcast episode 50 will be sometime next week, and the Golden Pipe Gang will appear a lot more than anybody would think, including us. So, yeah, that's all the time I got for the pod. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you, Stefan, Jake, Jay Gooden, and Tasha for all joining.
I've not been here for a while, so I thought I'd have to be back.
Nah, I appreciate it. Like I said, podcast is never required to join, but I always appreciate your time here. So you did not have to, but I appreciate your time. So
I did anyway, so
yeah, and thank you again, Jake, for co-hosting with me. So yeah, that's kind of about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys for episode 50. Have a good one, guys.
All right.
this
All
the
right,
episode's
all right, all
already. All right, goodbye, everyone.
Bye.